William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting of December 10th, 2013. The agency known as D.A.R.T to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the community, we are planning to cover D.A.R.T board meetings from gavel to gavel. This week there's a quorum and business is quickly dispatched and a minimum of public comments with last week's Blue Northern with ice and snow. This is a very short meeting.
Yeah, you're right.
It's 6:39, and this meeting of the Dallas Area Rapid Transit is called to order at 6:29 on December 10th, 2013. First order of business is the approval of the minutes of the private meeting of the prior meeting.
I move approval.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We have public comments from 3 speakers. The first is Ms. Cheryl Park. Ms. Park? Oh, yeah, sorry. Pardon me. The Vice Chair forgot to read the rules of the... Here you are.
I'm sorry, before we begin our public comments, we do have some guidelines we need to abide by. General public comments will be allowed at the beginning of each D.A.R.T board meeting for a total of 30 minutes, and again at the end of the meeting when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who have signed up to speak. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting. During the public comment period, board members may not interact with the speakers or other board members by asking questions or offering their own comments. Members of the public are reminded that their behavior during D.A.R.T board meetings is governed by the D.A.R.T Board Code of Conducts for citizens, news media, and visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent, slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium will indicate when you can begin speaking, and the yellow light will indicate when you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired. And the first speaker is?
Before the first, I would just like to say that our agenda item at this point is typically the report of the Citizens Advisory Committee, which is chaired by Mr. Brady. He is not well. We're hoping he will be back with us for our next meeting, and that his recovery be swift. The first speaker is Ms. Cheryl Park. Okay. Our next speaker is Mr. Tony McKinney. Mr. McKinney, thank you.
Yes, you need some assistance.
Tim.
And step down.
Sure. Thank you. All right, right here, just in front. Okay. Do I say so?
Mr. McKinney, whenever.
Go ahead.
Mr. McKinney, whenever you're ready to start.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm an American with a disability, and I would like to talk about the 571 Spring Valley bus, maybe to be able to run on the weekends if possible. Like on Mondays through Fridays it runs, but on Saturdays and Sundays it doesn't run. And the closest bus to me, to my house, will be like 8 blocks. that I would will have to walk down to catch that bus, which will take me about 30 minutes to walk down that block. But the 571 that's more closer to me, it doesn't run on the weekends, and I want to know, could anyone possibly vote against me on that, if possible?
I mean, can you, were you finished?
I said I was wondering if anyone could be able to vote against me for the 571 Spring Valley bus to be able to run on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes. Would you speak with Rob Smith, and he's going to come to your podium where you are?
Sure.
Our next speaker is Mr. Sheridan, Ms. Richard Sheridan.
Yes, good evening. My name is Richard. Got it. Richard Sheridan, live at 11611 Dennis Road, Dallas, Texas. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Jesus came to us to bring us peace on earth and goodwill to all men and women. But you know, peace doesn't happen overnight. I believe it's a 5-step process. It starts off first with love, and then truth, and then agitation, and then peace, and then humor, and then peace on earth and goodwill to all men and women. I'm a frequent D.A.R.T, rail, and bus driver. There's a little evidence. I also am a degreed civil engineer in New York City. I know something about rail and bus lines, having been taking the New York transit system since the late 40s with my mother. Today's Dallas Morning News letter to the editor, one of the titles of a letter was D.A.R.T Rail Lets Us Down. The letter concerned D.A.R.T shutting down the rail system because of problems, electrical problems. It seems like D.A.R.T can't just catch up with other cities that have been doing this for many, many years. Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, London, Paris. But even more blatant, I take the Royal Lane station, and on Monday morning, 60% of the platform was an ice skating ring. And I'm talking about the white strip that people step on and off of when they get off the train. And I'm talking about the stairs that were an ice skating ring in the morning, and when I returned that evening, it was an ice skating ring. And there were men out there with the archaic shovels and picks doing this, where if they had done this, like sowing seeds in the morning, it would have been taken care of. I believe it should be a prerequisite for every D.A.R.T board member once a month to take the D.A.R.T bus and rail lines. I don't think you're in touch with reality. I apologize. I do not think that the D.A.R.T board is in touch with reality of what's going on out there. What's the other reality? Rude, racist bus drivers. Poor connectivity, where bus drivers will literally drive away when I'm saying, by the way, the train's coming in. He looks at me like, who cares? Bus lateness. Where are the bathrooms in North Dallas? I sure hope you put them on the line to the airport. You got people there that have money. Maybe that's the reason why you put them on the D.A.R.T rail lines. They got money. Because this is all about money. And then there's braking. I would like to bid on your braking contract because you got accidents out there waiting to happen, and accidents happening every day, and you're not fulfilling your responsibility to the passengers that are injured now. And there'll be some lawsuits coming, I believe. And God bless you, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sheridan. That Ms. Cheryl Park? She's gone. I'm sorry. She's fine? Okay. Thank you very much.
That's before we adjourn.
We have some agenda items this evening, and the first, Dr. Christians, came from your committee.
Mr. Chairman, agenda items 4, 5, and 6 came through our committee. I'm wondering if we could do that as a consent.
Excuse me.
There's one lady who wants to speak, so they need to...
Dr. Christian, could you repeat that? I was disturbed.
Agenda item 4, Title 6 program, and then item 5, authorization to delegate contracting officer, and item 6, contract award for general advertising service. Can we do that as consent items?
We can if somebody will.
I'm in position to make the motion if there's no opposition. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
And seconded by Mr. Carrizales. Yes. Those in favor, say aye, please. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Carrizales, the next item came through, the next several items came through your committee.
Yes, Chairman. Items 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 all came through the Safety, Security, and Operations Committee, and they were unanimously approved. I would ask that they go forward together unless someone has objection. I would make a motion that they all...
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I object. I need to recuse myself from item number 8. So we need to take these items individually.
We'll vote. Okay, we'll take them individually.
All but item 8 on this? Okay?
Let me rephrase that. I didn't know there was a conflict, Mr. Wageman. Yeah. I would ask we vote on 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 together, and then we can vote on 8 separately after that, if that's okay. That would be my motion.
Thank you.
Second. I'm sorry, Richard. Can we just carve out item 12 as well? I'd like to vote on that in second.
Okay, all right. I will rephrase my motion that we hear item 7, 9, 10, and 11 together, unless there's an objection, and then we hear item 8 and item 12 separately.
Okay. Is there a second? And this is a vote on items 7, 9, 10, and 11.
11, yes.
All those in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Richard, would you make a motion on item 10 if you're 8?
Yes, sir. There's a contract for miscellaneous rebuilt electronic and rail components security. Came to the Security Safety Committee, and I would ask that this be approved by the board.
Second.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to recuse myself from this item as my law firm represents one of the parties to this contract. We do not represent them in this matter, but out of abundance of caution, I'm going to recuse myself.
Thank you very much. So noted that Mr. Wageman is recusing himself and exiting the room. Those in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Would you,
He's back.
Richard, do you have a
yes, sir.
Motion on 12?
Item number 12, contract for Transportation Department uniform supplies and services. This also came to the Safety and Operations Committee, and I would make a motion that that'd be approved, finally approved by this board.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye, please.
Aye. Yes.
Those opposed? Opposed. Ms. Gates, opposed. Next item is to authorize changes to the paid parking program, but that is blue sheeted.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, you should have and each board member should have a copy of the resolution in front of them.
And the resolution is now to allow the paid parking demonstration to lapse without renewal according to contract terms and implement a limited program of service area resident parking preference at Parker Road Station and spaces east of Archerwood.
Yes.
Would you like to make that? No, you don't.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Mr. Enoch, Mr. Cheney are opposed. The next item is the next item is to recognize the performance of our President, Chief Executive, our President, Executive Directors, and it is for the $48,000 one-time lump sum for performance and for the payment of item G in Article 4 of the employment agreement. Will somebody make a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
We need to take these in two sections, and
Pardon me?
we have to vote them in section. Section 1, Section 2.
What?
Committee of the whole voted on it that way.
Because there's some opposition to one of the pieces, and so we can't vote on it together. So,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve Section 1 in the one-time lump sum payment, $48,000 for performance bonus for Gary Thomas.
That was 48,000?
48.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a second? Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
May I continue?
Section 2 is for Mr. Thomas to receive the payment specified in paragraph G of Article 4 of his employment agreement.
All right.
Will you make a motion on that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I make the motion that we approve Section 2 of the contract, paragraph G, Article 4 of his employment agreement between D.A.R.T and Gary Thomas. I so move.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
I have a question. You mentioned Section 2 of the contract. You mean Section 2 of the resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
It's paragraph G, Article 4 of the
Right.
employment
So
contract.
it's interesting, in Section 1, we reference the paragraph and the dollar amount, but we're only referencing the paragraph in Section 2. Can someone either explain to me the amount or why we're doing it this way?
Because in Section 1, the amount was discretionary, and in Section 2, paragraph G, the amount was all or nothing.
Is there a reason why we can't state the amount?
The amount was $100,000.
Okay, thank you.
And point of information, Mr. Chairman, there will be two resolutions now. I mean, I'm just doing it logistically. We're not going to have a single resolution which passed on two different votes. I would suggest we break this down into two resolutions.
There were two motions made, and
So the current resolution from which we're reading, Section 1 and Section 2,
will be bifurcated.
into two separate resolutions.
Yes, council will handle that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I think now we get to vote on that. Those in favor of the recent motion to approve Mr. Thomas's payment per paragraph G of Article 4, please say aye.
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 Those opposed?
Nay.
Please show me as a no vote.
Okay, that would be Ms. Wilkins, Mr. Enoch, and Mr. Cheney.
I didn't vote. I didn't close. I just didn't vote at all.
An abstention. Yes, I'm sorry, that passed. Mr. Adams? Do you have something to?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted, on behalf of the entire Board of Directors, to commend and thank the entire employee base for D.A.R.T for a lot of really good, really hard, really extra hours that they put in throughout the weather event we've recently had, and let them know that we are very much appreciative of what they've done.
And we have a... And we have one more speaker, Ms. Alma Alva. Please, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alma Alva. I'm property manager at New World Apartments at 11434 Wood Meadow Parkway, Dallas 75228. The residents in our community are suffering due to the fact that we have a lot of problems with the bus stop that sits on the corner of Wood Meadow Parkway and Ferguson, 164, headed towards downtown. There is a shelter there. All my residents have signed this petition. If I can read the type of problems that we're having. They are asking to remove or relocate this bus stop or the shelter due to the overwhelming criminal activities in and around this bus stop, including drug selling, prostitution, robbery, armed robbery, burglary. There was a murder, urinating in our breezeways, stairwells, and parking lots. These thugs are panhandling and even carjacking. The excessive overflowing of the above-mentioned criminal activity active has caused overflowing of much injury, danger, and distress to us and our families. I am working with Lieutenant Plunk, and I have had Crime Watch meetings. We just don't know what to do. Even my own boss, which is the owner of the community, was once run off by some thugs in the middle of the night, and he was very upset because he felt threatened and he felt his life was in danger. And we really don't want anything to happen more than the things that have happened already, something tragic. My maintenance man was attacked, and he was physically abused by one of these thugs that has a little clique that hangs out in the bus stop, and this happened the last day of this month. He had to move out because he felt his life was in danger and his family's. He had to move to one of our sister properties, and I have him here with me.
Thank you very much for coming this evening, Ms. Alva, and would you please see our Chief of Police, Chief Spiller, and Todd Plesko, please? They're right there.
Okay. And who do I give this to?
Todd will take it.
What is the name of the apartment?
New World Apartments. New World and Ferguson. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. That concludes our business, and thank you all for coming. We are adjourned.
This is William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We love comments. If you don't like the way D.A.R.T is handling things, lay it out for everyone to see. If you like or hate this video, tell us. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, tell us. We even love it when you call. Better yet, like or follow us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube and get instant notices of all our videos the moment they are posted.